This tutorial will explain how to configure NXTSD5's Modbus TCP server. Ensure you're logged in with administrator credentials and select the System menu and then select Options, which is identified by a gear icon. Within the Options dialog, use the Page button in the top right corner to change screen until the networking options are visible. On the networking screen, change to the Modbus TCP server tab to view its properties. At present, the Modbus TCP server is disabled and has a Modbus ID of 1. The server is configured to use IP port 502. When changes are made to the server's configuration, a warning icon will appear next to the Accept Changes button. Click Accept to implement changes. NXTSD5's Modbus server is now enabled and running. NXTSD5 can generate a CSV file detailing all of the Modbus TCP server's data points. To perform this, ensure a USB disk drive is attached to the NXTSD5. The Export Tags button won't be accessible if a USB drive is not attached. Click on Export Tags once it's enabled. You will be advised when export is complete. Change to the Options Miscellaneous screen and ensure you properly eject the USB drive before removing it from NXTSD5. The created files will appear on the USB drive in a FireEye folder. The address map details all accessible data points for all devices connected to NXTSD5. The enum map is used to provide text descriptions for data. For example, register 40002 is boiler 1 state. For different numerical values of 40002, we can see the actual boiler state properly described. For example, when 40002 is 18, the boiler is in lockout. Let's scroll down the tag list. We can see that boiler 1 off and on control is at register 40380. Next, connect across the network with a Modbus TCP client. In this example, we're using ModScan. Set the Modbus address the client communicates with to 1, which is the same as the NXTSD5 server. NXTSD5 provides data through Modbus holding registers. In order to start communicating, set the client's connection settings to the NXTSD5's IP address and port. The connection is valid because we can see real-time data provided by NXTSD5. Within the Modbus client, view data address 40380, which is boiler 1's off and on control. When a new value of 1 is written, NXTSD5's Modbus server receives the command from the client and turns boiler 1 on. Let's test another point. Within the Modbus client, data address 40,384 is boiler 1's manual rate. When a new value of 55 is written, NXTSD5's Modbus server receives the command from the client, and in turn changes the manual rate.